I said before, people are gonna fucking move here when this mayor comes, bro.
Yeah. And everywhere else
in
too, though.
droves.
It's like Florida's crazy, but you can't forget about all the other areas too. Like you
Yeah.
just can't. Like eventually, Florida's going to be built out. Then what's next?
Yeah.
This is going to be around forever. You know, houses, wholesaling houses, it's a little bit different. It's competitive. Everyone knows about it, and everyone is spending 200. All these big guys, bro, they spend $200,000 a month on Google ads for people to sell their house. You can't compete with that. With land, you can compete. Even if you text, you know, I'll tell you guys the website, smartercontact.com. Even if you text, like I don't care, you know what I mean? Like everyone needs to get on the game. Even if you text, it's like less than 2 cents per text message.
Damn.
You can send out 1,000 messages. There it is right there. 1,000 messages, bro, for $20. Do you know how many leads you are going to get out of that?
That's crazy.
For every 1,000 messages I send, typically, it's a signed contract.
That's better than
So-
email, for sure.
I mean, you can't. I don't even know how to email with this stuff, honestly. But so for every 1,000 text messages I send, we'll get a signed contract for $20. A signed contract for $20. And when you know what you're doing, almost every signed contract is going to be a sold contract.
You know who you're selling it to. You got
That's
your
what I'm
people
saying.
already.
So it's just crazy.
All right, we
It's
got some chats here
Yeah,
piling
yeah.
up.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
sure
get
they
it.
got some questions. Nah, man, guys. I mean, just off the info he gave, you
It's
guys
good.
can literally start this shit right now.
Yeah.
Take 10 hours a week from your full-time job and get one. You telling me 10 hours, 40 hours in the month? You can't do one fucking deal, bro.
I know that's the thing that people have to understand.
All right, let's see here.
The True Alpha. I'm late to the stream. Alex, so far I'm hearing some great insights. What are the key essentials to get started?
Simply to getting started and just literally just the 2 steps that I showed you. That's all you have to do. Just get started, please, everybody.
100%
That's it.
free, bro, too.
Just literally get started.
Literally free.
Neely Mon says, hey, Myron, quick question. Was offered 25K line of credit, work at a 9-to-5 job, with second job being part-time. Would it be smart to take 25K invested into making a Shopify account through the Brandify through Samir, or is that a stupid idea?
I can chime in here too when you're done.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You take it first. Cause
So I know Samir very well, and the thing I've been being told here is that Samir's coaching program gives out too much valuable information. So it's not a bad idea. I mean, if you took that 25K and you took his program seriously, you're going to make money. It's just not, e-com is not quick money. You're not going to make quick money like you would with wholesale. The best part is you can do Samir's program 6 to 7 hours a day, and you can also do 1 to 2 hours a day of wholesaling.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You can.
Like literally, because
the good thing is that you can it's flexible because you can do it on your
and you
schedule.
use that to fund your e-com. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shit. Yeah,
Because you'll get quick deals. You know, you don't make quick money in e-com. You get quick money with this, so you can take the money you're getting from these deals, buy more. And I mean, Samir's drop shipping, so he's not really. I don't know if he's buying inventory or not. I don't know his model fully, but he has a good program, bro. Like,
Yeah.
really,
Bro.
shout out to him.
All these guys are under 30, killing it.
It's crazy.
no,
I know.
yeah.
He's
They're all-
crazy though. Some of
no
these guys,
friends, bro.
some of these crypto e-com guys are like
Yeah.
crazy, like stupid money.
Yeah.
You know, like I do well, but they're making dumb money, bro. Dumb money.
We know somebody that went to Paris and Europe, and they spent
Yeah.
100K on hotels only.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro, that's
I'm
crazy.
about to go to Europe, and my hotels were like 20 grand for 10 nights.
Oh man,
I mean, it's not even that bad. It's $2 a night.
I know,
You know.
but still,
But then when you get there, every dinner, $500. You want to go to the club?
Yeah.
You got to buy a table. I'm going to Mykonos in the peak of summer. So it's like everything is, I mean, you're going to spend 50 grand there. You can't go there.
Sheesh.
You know, do not go to Europe.
Yeah,
it's
bro.
expensive.
Fuck
Dude,
that.
do not go to Europe.
It's expensive, bro.
It's crazy.
Okay. What is paperwork/contract name to have to make the deal?
So it's just an assignable contract. Again, free game. Google wholesale real estate assignable contract. Be careful. Some of these contracts aren't, you know, they have some loose ends as far as you can get caught having to actually, or stuck having to actually buy the deal. Like I have gotten sued before. As a
Okay.
matter of fact, it'll never happen again though, because I got my contracts in order with an attorney.
Okay.
But just, you know, you got to
It's
be
got to
careful.
be an assignable contract, you
It
said?
has to be assignable. There's a few more things that's like legal mumbo jumbo that it's tough to explain on here.
Okay.
So yeah.
But
I mean,
basically, they need language in there that if they back out, they're not on the hook for it.
that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
And that they don't have to
That's
submit
what you need.
escrow in X amount of time. I mean,
And I'm
it's just-
assuming by state it's probably different.
it's different every state, man. That's
Okay.
why you need some type of somebody to be like, hey, here's
Yeah.
what you have to do.
Okay.
Reach out to realtors. You know, realtors know.
Okay.
They'll help you out. Realtors are your friends, guys, because at the end of the day, if you call a random realtor a vacant land realtor, they're not listing, multi-million-dollar homes. Like, they want your business.
Yeah.
Hey, I need, lots here. I need lots here. Can you help me out with the contract side of things? And you're good most
Fair
of the
enough.
time.
Good stuff.
Question for Alex: is there anything different for buying land in college towns that you would look for?
Land in college towns, probably not that much of it. It'd be more tear downs. So essentially, old houses in neighborhoods that kind of need some type of renovation, where they're just going to start rebuilding and turning it into a really nice area. There's probably not that much land, but it's all the same. You're looking for all the same things everywhere. Obviously, if you're in Colorado, there's mountains, things like that. It makes it a little bit different, but no, it's the same. You're looking for the same thing, no matter where it is. But you want to pick areas that have land, and there's a ton of land actually being sold.
All right.
Cool. When I get land under contract, where can I send it to get to you? Do you do seller finance on these? Also, Myron, do you have a buy box, and do you do sub 2 or SF, and how
Let's go,
can I
Myron.
get properties to you?
Look, bro, I'm getting people. They want to wholesale to you.
Oh,
They want to
shit.
bring you deals. So when you get it under contract, can you send it to me? I mean, probably not. Honestly, it's tough. I have people sending me stuff all day. That is just a waste of time. If you want to learn, be one of my students, and then sure, you can send me stuff, because I'm teaching you exactly what to send me so that we're not wasting each other's time. But otherwise, it's pretty rare that I'm just going to take some random Instagram DM deal that I get, because it's always a waste of time. I don't really have time to waste with that stuff.
Denver base, thanks for the sauce. No worries, man.
All right, good stuff.
Alex says, I've wholesaled 100 houses in the past 5 years, and I'm interested in learning. Look out for my DM on IG.
That's a lot of deals, brother. That's a lot of deals. If that's true, we can chat. I'm gonna have to see some
Proof.
proof on that.
All right, what else do we got? That's it? Cool.
All right, cool. Alex, this is a lot of value, a lot of sauce, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. For the homies. So, question, bro. You've been in Miami for how long again?
2.5 years now.
What have you learned living in Miami about the lifestyle, entrepreneurs here, and how to maneuver to be on point?
I mean, it's just everyone's a waste of time. Like, literally, man, I've almost made I've made zero worthy connections, other than like my two main friends, which is like KT and Nick. Like, other than that, like, they all have so much money.
It's all fake, bro.
So fake.
This is
It's
the most
literally
cap city in
crazy.
America.
Yeah.
It's
Bro.
literally crazy.
This is the most cap city in America. Like, they have this money, but them niggas are never working. It's crazy.
Nah, I
bro.
used to, when I first moved here, like, I fell for that shit, but now it's like, it's just so easy to tell, bro. It's so easy to tell. Like, it's just, Miami is rough, honestly, at this point.
Also, you can tell because the people that were here aren't here
Smoking
anymore.
mirrors, bro.
Like they were here for a little bit, and then
They leave. But
Yeah.
it's crazy, bro. There's people that'll make it work. I mean, I swear to God, there's people that'll spend their last dollar to stay in Miami. They do not care. They will stay in Miami. They'll spend their last dollar until they're 40. I want to answer this comment right here. Vexy, the biggest cap and course seller. That's the vibe you get from me. Brother, I want you to go on my Instagram. Everything I do, there's nothing that you essentially can pull up about me that I have lied about. Every number I've ever talked about, every amount of money I've ever said I have made. I post my bank statements on social media, all right, for that reason.
who does that?
Hey.
Because
Yeah.
Nobody.
there's a lot of phonies on the internet. I started coaching for one reason, because there's guys out there that are coaching within my line of business that don't make money in my line of business. So I was like, if they're going to make money doing it, I'm going to do it too. So my business makes money. Number one, I post my bank statements every month with the company name from Chase Bank on the top left. So
Not many people do that, I'll tell you that.
not many people do that. Whatever you want from me, I will post it. I will share it, because I'm honest about my numbers.
You know how I know Alex is the real deal?
Someone did have a good question, though, in the an FNF super
Yeah,
chat.
there's two
Those
more.
If you could show it.
You know how I know
Okay.
Alex is the real deal? So he just bought a car from a friend of mine that owns a dealership, and you got to prove your bank statements. And whenever I do that, they don't know this, but like I can see like if they're capping or not. And
Yeah,
Alex
yeah.
is making some really good money.
You saw,
That's all I'm gonna say.
you saw my bank statements.
Hey man, I'm just
That's
gonna
crazy.
say you make the
That's
money,
funny.
bro. You can-
I
you
mean,
make
yeah,
the
I
money.
tell people how much I make. I'm in the
Yeah.
business of teaching people how much I make.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
here's how much I make. Like, I do anywhere from, I would say it averages out to 175 a month.
Nice.
And
That's great.
there's months I'll do, April I did 80 grand, bro. But in March I did 250. So it averages out.
We made money on the stock market.
And but I don't count that. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
of
my
course,
actual
of course.
business.
Yeah.
And the guys that do $1 million a month with e-commerce, do you know how hard it is to get to $1 million a month?
Oh,
they're making the same amount of money as me.
Yeah,
because my business is 90% profit margin.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah, they'll show you the revenue, but they won't show you the profit margins because they're buying so much goddamn stock. Like, you know, it's an expensive business to run.
For me to send out 400,000 text messages per month.
$20. No, actually,
no.
60.
So 400,000 a month times 0.013. I spend $5,200 a month on marketing, bro.
Wow.
It's crazy, right?
It's nothing.
But obviously I have, you know, my guys. I have a very good team, like literally like family, like, so they get paid and they get paid pretty decent. I pay above industry standard for that stuff. So like, but it's still like at the end of the day, I would say 85%, worst case, 85% margin.
No, that's fucking fantastic, bro. Show me another business that you get profit margins like
that.
I don't know any.
There's
you
none.
can't. It doesn't exist.
You need to do an online service-based business to even come close to that.
But the thing is, like, you can only get land to probably $250, $300 a month, which, shit, that's good ass money. But for me, like, I have, you know, I wanna be Mr. $1 million a month minimum, and do some bigger plays. So I'm just gonna get into building. You know, I'm gonna stick with what I know. I already know exactly what the builders are paying, where they're building. And now I have relationships with them.
I was going to say, yeah.
Hey, can you build this for me? Like the one we did, the number one guy I was flipping these contracts to, he's who's building the houses
and now you're
for me.
You're about to meet Jay Roberts, which is a
Tomorrow.
huge multimillionaire.
And make no mistake about it, like you make these guys a lot of money when you sell them this land. Like they're making money hand over fist, like because they build and then they sell it. They bought it for what, 30,000.
They're taking on the risk, you know. They're taking out the construction loan, whatever. So they make more money on the deal. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But they have a lot going on, you know, a lot of headaches. I have no headaches. But yeah, that guy's crazy, bro. Like, I told him in my DM, I was like, I'll put this right here, like, give him my last dollar to learn from him, because I believe in that stuff. Like, I told him straight up. I said, bro, I'll give you 50 grand for a phone conversation.
Bro, I got friends that like tell me, okay, he's a real deal. He's fake. Bro,
he can't fake it. He's Prosper Group. Every building you see going up in Miami is either him, Related Group, or BH.
Bro, he's a real deal.
So he probably answered my DM. I was like, yo, I'll literally give you 50 grand for a conversation, because that's how valuable it is.
Yeah.
It is. He gives me the steps. I do one project. Bro, the projects he's doing, he's making 100 M's.
We had a friend pay Alex Hormozy 100K MLD for a 6-hour session. So
people don't understand how far it goes. Like, people are like, oh, in the comments, another course seller, this and that. They don't understand. I wouldn't be where I'm at today if I didn't pay someone.
Yeah.
Every business I failed until I put my pride to the side and I said, all right, bro, just teach me. I'll give you $5 grand, whatever. Like, it pays off. Who cares?
It always does.
Like, literally, who cares? Just don't. Again, scammers on the internet. So that's why I post my bank statements. You see my Instagram stories every day. It's a different wire transfer, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's shit you can't fake.
Listen, bro, I didn't know you're real.
No, I know, but you know, people I get stuff online. People are like, "Oh,
gonna say shit.
This is fake money. It's not real
they
money."
They can apply what you said just off the free stuff and actually start utilizing it right now.
People will make money off of this.
Yeah, off that.
And I want to know. I mean, we'll see. You know, join the next show and tell these guys what's up. Like, we'll see. But people will make money if they actually
put it
to work.
Someone asked a good question. If you buy the lot for $15K and sell it to the builder for $20K, how do you get your cut without the seller knowing?
It's an assignable contract. It's the title company facilitates the entire deal, and it's called a blind HUD statement. So basically, the seller has their own closing statement, and the buyer has their own, so they can't see.
Awesome.
And even if they do see, cool, you signed a legally binding contract. Do you want to back out? If so, I'll file a breach of contract. And you know what? I had one of those today. I literally had one today, as we speak. The lady was like, "You're making," I think it was like only 3.9K on this deal, and I just, you know, I was like, "Hey."
Oh, she's so with the seller?
Yeah.
She's pissed off?
Brother, I mean,
what the fuck? She should be happy
a lot of these sellers, sellers, man, they don't want to see it. They don't want to.
What the fuck?
She wants the extra 3.9 grand, you know. But I said, cool. You signed a contract. This is the contract. I don't want to have my lawyer reach out. You're a nice, sweet lady. Everything's been perfect up until today. But if I have to, business is business. My lawyer will reach out.
That's going to get her to stop right there.
She stopped. She signed. I got paid.
Yeah.
And I hate doing it, but it's like business is business. You know, you signed the contract. You'd be sellers freak out. There's times we've had to cancel deals last second. They throw a fit. So it's like, you'd be pissed off.
That's rare that a seller would come in and get mad, though. Like,
nah, it happens often, bro.
Wow, because they find out that a middleman did it.
Yeah, but it's on the title company sometimes, and once you find like a good title company, they know better than to let the seller see.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
again-
And guys, just so you know, in Florida, title companies handle everything. Some states, Connecticut does lawyers.